It's Tuesday, January 7th, and in this video I'm going to take a look at SMCI, super microcomputer stock. I saw a comment on a previous video to kind of take a look at this one. I presume more of a big picture outlook on it. This is the daily chart at the moment. You can see here it does move pretty cleanly day to day in terms of, if you have a red bar here and you get a 2 down bar, it does follow through a little bit. You could have the green reversal and that kind of works towards its target, and there's some nice volatility in play. But overall, this is a stock that is kind of, as I'll show you in a minute, kind of just in a big sideways trading range at the moment. And it's hard to say, what really is unfolding in the bigger picture other than maybe shorter term trading opportunities from time to time. And what you do is you look at the yearly chart to start, like on any stock. And what I see here is, the stock had a parabolic move last year all the way up to like 100 or 120. And then it had a big collapse on some, bad news about, some things going on within the company. So, that's not a great sign in terms of a chart that it's going to all of a sudden work all the way back up to those highs or anywhere near it. What you at least are looking at in the very short run is the open of this year, which is this line, and we are green on the year. So it's possible that as long as that stays above the open, which is 30.86, that we have a bias, at least for the year, to continue higher. Who knows? Once it starts and heads up, we're in January, so it could either, continue month after month after month and hold this at least yearly chart green, or, at some point maybe it changes. We're too early in the year to tell, but at least we have a little bit of a bias to the upside. That said, in order to really see what's going on in terms of any potential on this stock, you start having to go down a little bit to the time frames. This is the quarterly chart, so at least for now we had a little bit of a pause here on the way down, and you'd have to see a 2 up quarterly bar somewhere above 50 in order to really feel comfortable that the year might be heading higher. So we still have 3 months to find out if we get a 2 up. Right now we're just inside of the prior quarter, so there's nothing much we know there other than we paused a little bit. And then if we go to the monthly chart, what I want to see, at least at a minimum, if we're going to start to move back up in any sustained way, even though I see like a big gap here where if it does move up, you can see it pausing in this area up around 60. But anyway, you'd want to see the monthly chart give a nice green bar, to show that, like here, you finally get a big green bar, and that leads the uptrend for a while. After a big move like that down, it paused here on this bar. I'm not surprised it came up, but it never reached its target on the monthly chart on this 2 up, and then it kind of gave you a bit of a shooter bar, and now we're inside of the prior month. So we don't even have a big green month, that we can confirm looks good to allow that yearly chart to follow through higher. So it's just too early to tell. And what I see here, ultimately, that's why I drew the rectangle, is a big trading range. You can see here it found some buying at the low. It moved up for a month, never reached its target, and then it found some selling, and we're right in the middle of it. So it's a pretty volatile range between 20 and 50, but we're right in the middle of a big range. So in the big picture, we have to just break out of that one way or the other to really confirm what's going on long run. So therefore, when I see a trading range like this as my context, I then go and look for opportunities to buy near the bottom of the range, somewhere near the bottom when they develop, and maybe sell near the top. So it's not surprising price came down on the daily chart. It takes out some pivots here, and it could have certainly headed lower, but when you see then the 2 up reversal day developing, not surprising, you might get a little bit of volatility back to the upside, taking out these highs. Now today, I think we made a 2 down day, but it's into a gap. So this one, even though it's a 2 down day to start the day, and it's a little negative after taking out this pivot, I kind of see a gap in here that could bring some support in. So it's not as clear as, like this 2 down here, had some targets 1, 2, and 3. You can feel comfortable maybe it was heading down here. This move up, you can see a couple of pivots as well to take out. This move down, I see it more as a gap that becomes tricky. So this, even at the moment, is a tricky little area short-term to trade. But I think there could be some good short-term trading, within this environment here. And at the moment, if we get to the high of the range, in this rectangle, you can look for sells, and near the bottom maybe buys. Other than that, very short term, you just got to go with the day-to-day, 2 ups and 2 downs, and then see what, there's enough volatility where you can have some nice day trading, but I still think you'd want the context in the daily chart to have some targets. And like I said, in the big picture, until we get out of this big rectangle, I don't see much to really, I don't know where it's going, other than the yearly chart is up above this, stays up above, as long as we stay above the 3096 area. But we got to see if that monthly chart gives us a green bar, and the quarterly chart can give us a 2 up. So that's my analysis on this stock. Short-term day trading possibility from time to time. You'd really want to kind of, I think, go in the opposite direction, the higher highs and the lower lows in the short run, and kind of play, that type of counter move, when they unfold. But other than that, too tough to say what's really developing in the big picture until you get some kind of a monthly or a quarterly move higher to confirm that maybe we could start heading up again in the big picture.